Developing now, protests outside the U.S. Supreme Court after an unprecedented leak appears to show justices plan on overturning Roe versus Wade. The move would essentially open the door for states to ban all abortions, and already it has drawn fierce reaction from both sides. Ezzy Castro is following the overnight developments. And Ezzy, it is important to note here, this is not a final decision.
Correct, Justin. No final decision has been released, but we do know the suspected draft was written 3 months ago. Either way, hundreds of supporters and opponents did not hold back from quickly speaking out. Protests and even a candlelight vigil took place last night in Washington, D.C. after reports the Supreme Court may be ready to overturn Roe versus Wade, the landmark 1973 case that legalized abortion in the U.S. The 98-page draft opinion obtained by media outlet Politico shows the majority of justices are in favor of striking down the law, which means states could regulate their own abortion laws or ban abortion completely.
I am incredibly optimistic. It looks like we're going to finally see justice for the unborn in this country, and finally Roe v. Wade will be overturned and recognized as the egregious, disastrous decision that it is.
Others furious after learning what this could mean for women across the country.
You are not going to change and roll back the time, 50 years to where, women have to ask for permission to make decisions regarding our own bodies. We're not doing that.
So far, there's been no comment from the Supreme Court, but an FBI investigation could be likely to determine the source of the leak, which is being called an unprecedented breach of Supreme Court secrecy. So the draft opinion appears to be written by Justice Samuel Alito, who said Roe versus Wade was, quote, wrong from the start, adding that it had damaging consequences. Kirsten.
Ezzy, thank you. And this news comes just weeks before a strict new abortion law in Florida is set to take effect. The governor signed the bill last month in Kissimmee. It bans almost all abortions in the state after 15 weeks of pregnancy, down from the current 24-week limit.
This will represent the most significant protections for life that have been enacted in this state in a generation.
If the court does rule that Roe v. Wade is no longer constitutional, these laws will go immediately into effect and basically unchallenged.
Florida is one of several states that have moved to place more restrictions on abortion after the high court signaled earlier this year it would potentially weaken or overturn Roe versus Wade. We are, of course, staying on top of this developing story today and the reactions from both sides of the aisle. We'll post any updates as we get them throughout the day right on clickorlando.com. Look right on the homepage.